So I'm starting to think politics has really gone downhill, if it wasn't obvious already. I just, every so often, I'll just look at the internet and see the stupidest things that people should not be talking about. Like, I don't like the celebrity drama. I don't like to follow the whole, like, who did what, who did, like, random celebrity stuff like that. I don't care. And one of the things I like, but, like, when it comes to politics, depending on the definition, I either love it or hate it. Like, if you're talking about discussing ideas and, like, just learning about the world, then yeah, like, having discussions, debates, arguments, like, I love that. And then there's this kind of politics, which is the same thing. It's just drama and a bunch of people with no idea what they're talking about, complaining about things and doing things, and just, I hate that. So when I look at the internet and I see that Trump insulted LeBron James and Don Lemon, and because they apparently insulted him on something he did early, like, it's just so much drama that none of this needs to happen, and everyone is stupid for getting involved. That is my opinion, at least. So if you didn't know, President Trump bashes LeBron James over a CNN interview. Don Lemon made him look smart. So this is the tweet right here. LeBron James was just interviewed by the dumbest man on television, Don Lemon. He made LeBron look smart, which isn't easy to do. I like Mike. Apparently Mike means Michael Jordan. I don't know anything about Michael Jordan or LeBron James. I know a little bit about Don Lemon, and he doesn't seem to be that smart of a guy. He seems to be just a propagandist. Like, he has an agenda, and this is what he's pushing forward, and I can't trust him. But, so that's just my opinion on the whole thing. But, no one involved here is not a moron. So, in this specific context, basically. So, from what I can tell, there was a USA Today article that went over it and basically said, referenced how the interview that Trump was referring to, where he called them stupid, they were doing some nice things. He was talking about, I guess he was doing a, right here. James sat down with Lemon for the interview Monday after he cut the ribbon on his foundation's new I Promise school in his native Akron, Ohio. James spoke at length on the intersection of sports, culture, and politics. So it's a great thing. Like, what LeBron James is doing here, as far as I can tell, is a great thing. And Don Lemon having him to talk about it is a great thing. So, not the best optics to insult that. But then they started going into, again, politics and that, and they were bashing Trump, basically, over his divisiveness and stuff that, like to say Trump is divisive is just, you've heard it a million times. It's nothing new. It's nothing intelligent. It's just the same old crap. But then Trump thought it was a good idea to respond because it's Trump. And he decided to call him an idiot, which, like, why? Like, people saying dumb things about Trump, it happens all the time. Like, it's nothing to be expected. People do that. And then retaliation is just, now it's a newsworthy thing, apparently, to insult people. And politics has gone down to celebrities just insulting each other. And I guess Don Lemon was pressing, like, LeBron James, would you run for president? Which is a stupid question. And James saying he doesn't want to, but he would do it to stop Trump from getting elected in 2020. Which, again, it's just petty politics. Like, it's stuff that, I don't care what LeBron James thinks about politics. Like, I do not care in the slightest. I want to figure out what he's doing with his I Promise school thing. I don't really watch sports, so I just don't care in general. But the I Promise school thing, that's a neat thing. I want to learn more about that. That's something that interests me. But his opinion on politics, like, I don't care. And then Trump's opinion on LeBron James, I don't care either. It's unimportant. Like, it doesn't matter. Trump's opinion on Don Lemon, it's obvious. Like, he didn't have to say anything. It was pretty clear what the opinion is. So, just nothing here needed to be said. And the reason I take the time to make a video on this, because there are certain stupid things that, like, I didn't just make a video to complain and say this is stupid. But we have to realize, like, again, like, we have to get back to politics and what it actually is all about. Like I said, like, politics now is just a bunch of people in Congress and in government having not the slightest clue what they're talking about, and having the power to put forth agendas that affects things, again, that affects the whole economy, that they have no idea what they're talking about, and that's upsetting. And now it's getting to the point where, like, it's just petty, like, squabbles and stupid stuff. Like, this should not be happening in a civilized society where people are constantly complaining about one another. Like, this is just drama stuff, which, I mean, people that like drama, like, okay, if it's a guilty pleasure, okay, whatever, like, that's fine. Drama can be funny at times, but this is just, like, this is not what politics should be. This is why I hate politics right here. The combination of the drama and just people having no idea what they're talking about. We need to get back to like actually like having conversations with one another, because calling people stupid and racist and divided, like that is what divides us. Just calling people stupid and racist like that. No one is trying to reach across the aisle here. And obviously, like when it comes to people like Don Lemon, I don't know that much about him, so I can't make any like official like endorsements either direction. But he doesn't seem like a genuine guy. And obviously, Trump just tweeting random things saying people are idiots. Like it's all pointless. It's all totally pointless. And now you're making what, LeBron James and Michael Jordan. That is now going to be a political thing. Like if you like Michael Jordan, apparently now you're a conservative, you're right wing, or you support Trump, or you're a racist. I don't know. Or if you like LeBron James, now you hate Trump. Like just stupid stuff like that. That should not be. This should not be what we're talking about. But yeah, take this moment to turn off looking at the internet and stupid drama news like that, and like actually talk to people. Like my best friend he's not into politics at all, which is fine, like perfectly fine. He's not into politics, but so he doesn't really like focus on stuff. He doesn't really like read very much into ideology. Like he's not very well read, and I don't mean that as an insult in any way. I just mean like he has a whole different approach. He's just an average person that is very left wing and considers himself a socialist. So, and he's my best friend. So it's like he's my best friend for a reason. And politics does not separate us. It's not like I mean, obviously I think socialism is absolutely awful. But I don't like it. I don't let like petty politics get in the way of friendship. And that's the thing. Like we're becoming increasingly divided, and no one, like that's like nobody on this side, on either side here, is making it any better. So we all just need to like get back to having conversations, because from what it seems like, Don Lemon was really pushing him to be like, what do you think of Trump? What do you think of Trump? Would you run against Trump? Like, is Trump awful? Like, that's just so dumb. Like, why not have conversations? Why not learn? Why not read more stuff? Why not talk to people? Because now there are a certain amount of people out there that, like a growing number of people, at least it seems like it's growing, that think like they're white supremacists in the White House, which is the stupidest thing ever. And that all these Jewish people are white supremacists. And then you have people on the alt-right which are going around and just say, like, you have people on the alt-right who are saying, oh, politics is so awful that we need to just wall ourselves up in an ethno-state to save the day, to fix things. And it's like, no, that's equally stupid. It's just like we need to talk. Like talk to someone you disagree with. It's not that hard. And especially with Twitter, like the thing with Twitter and being online, like it's so much different between talking to someone in person and talking to someone on Twitter, because it's really easy to just type in "you suck" and hit send as a reply to someone's tweet. It's a lot harder to say that in person, or to say any number of things in person. So that's just the thing. That's the whole point. Like, I guess that's my point with this video, is just don't be like this. Don't be like this. You can be better than this. Talk to people and have conversations. Because the thing is, when you start walling yourself off from other people, when you start saying, I can't talk to people or I can't listen to people because they're white supremacists, they're racist and all that, like the thing is that like you have no idea where they're coming from. Chances are, and honestly I mean this, chances are they're not what you think they are. They're not racist. They're not. Chances are the person you hate wants what's best for the world, and you want what's best for the world too. You generally want people to do better. And you're both arguing because you have different ways of going about it, or you're both not talking. You both think the other person is evil because you have different ways of going about it. And really, like, I've been really getting into like values versus positions lately. Like, if someone has a different position than me, I do not care in the slightest. If someone has different values, that's where the issue comes in. Like, if we have conflicting values, that's a problem. If you want to, like, if you're not protecting, like, if you disagree with what a human right is, obviously we can discuss that, but there gets a point where, like, certain people are just certain people are fine with violence. Certain people are fine thinking other people are just horrible human beings and deserve to be beat up because they have a different opinion. But as long as we can be on the same page that, like, genuine, like, human development and being nice and, like, actually, like, creating a great society where everyone has an opportunity, like, that's great, that's fine. And I know that's just standard politicians' words, because we can all get behind that. That's something that just about everyone can get behind. So if we all agree with that, why don't we work from there? Like, if just about everyone agrees that, like, hey, a better society where everyone has more, like, equality of opportunity, again, opportunity, not outcome, a society where people, like, talk to one another, where it's less violent, if we can all agree on those things, then great. Like, let's start talking. Because people are getting fed up with talking, and it's like, you cannot give that up. You can't just start insulting. I mean, I suppose you can. You have every right to, but you're not going to make the world a better place by just insulting people you dislike on the internet or in interviews on TV and that. Like, seriously, just start talking about ideas and not people. That's another thing. Like, you would not believe, if you've never seen them, look them up. Those interviews where people interview people on the street and they'll say, what do you think of this, 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 this? And they'll take someone and describe them or describe what they believe without naming the person. And half the time it's someone they think is an evil, horrible human being. And because they don't know who it is, they'll be like, oh, I agree with that. Like, that's generally a good thing. And then they'll find out who it is and be like, whoa. Like, and they'll be dumbfounded because they're like, I don't know where to go from here. I just agreed with someone that I think is a horrible human being because I didn't know who they were. So, like, yeah, just talk to people. I hate that. Like, I have a personal rule to not really like, this is my thing with Don Lemon. Like, he doesn't say, I will say, like, that's my opinion of him, that he doesn't seem like a genuine person. He seems like a propagandist. But I'm saying that's what he seems like because I barely watch his show. I've seen an interview with him. I've watched small clips of his show, but I don't know that much about him, so I can't say for sure either way who he is as a person. But I haven't heard good things, I can say that. But that's my rule. Generally, like, if I want to make an assertion about a person with confidence, like, if I want to say this guy or this girl or whoever, like, is an actual horrible human being, I at least have to know them pretty well. Obviously not, doesn't have to be in person, but I have to, like, if they've written books, I'll read at least one of their books. If they have a show, I'll watch, like, 5 or 6 episodes of their show. Stuff like that. If they're a public figure, like, figure stuff out about them. Read what they are saying. There's a good Family Guy joke about Brian meeting Rush Limbaugh, and it's like, and he says, have you ever read any of my books? And Brian's like, no, but I've read books about your books, and they don't say very good things. It's like, stop reading your people you agree with. Stop finding people you agree with and seeing what their opinion of someone is. Just go to that person. Like, obviously, again, if they're a public figure, you can't actually do it in person, but find that person's website, find that person's show, listen to it a few times. They wrote a book and you can get it for cheap. Like, I pick up all kinds of books at thrift shops and that for like $1, and it's like, hey, now I can read up on someone that I knew nothing about before, and I can learn about them and learn what they actually think. Because you've probably seen this all the time where people will fight and say, this person believes this and this and this and this is why it's wrong. And if you actually know the person, you'll be like, this person doesn't believe any of that. Like, it's all just, yeah, stupid, petty politics. So, in conclusion, talk, and not in this way, not in this. It's just terrible. It's just so stupid. It's annoying, and that's the thing. Like, in this video, I insulted Don Lemon. I said he seems like a propagandist, but I'm fully aware that I could be wrong, and that's something I'm saying. Like, I'm wording what I say very carefully to point out that I am not an expert on Don Lemon. Like, I don't know that much about Don Lemon, so that is my opinion of him. But take it with a grain of salt, because I don't know much. Like, you don't have to have an opinion on everyone. You don't have to have an opinion on everything and every person. Sometimes it's just okay to say, I don't know. Like, if you've ever seen, there are a few interviews out there where sometimes some people with great integrity, with tons of integrity, someone will ask them a question and they'll say, I don't know. And they'll get applause because it's like, oh, you were actually honest and said, I don't know, rather than trying to come up with an answer based on very little, if any, information. So that's the thing. It's like, nothing is good about this stuff here. This is such petty drama. And it's like, they were talking about dividing the country here. They were talking about Trump being divisive and all that. And it's like, you want to stop being divisive? Just talk to people. Honestly, like, find someone that you dislike. Find someone that you don't know much about, but you genuinely dislike. Maybe it's Trump. Maybe it's Don Lemon. Find something about just a public figure that you think is a horrible human being. If they have a show, listen to their show. If they have a book, search for it for cheap. Again, like, I have a thing where people that I genuinely dislike, I try not to give them money by buying their books new. But again, like, see if you can find it cheap. See if you can find any writing online, any excerpts, stuff like that. Like, just try to find what they're saying from their own writing or from their own mouth. That's it. It's not that hard. Like, that's how you stop political divisiveness. But yeah, that's the whole point of this video, is just start talking to people so stupid stuff like this doesn't happen. But thank you very much for watching this video. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. Really helps me out a lot. And thanks for watching.